Hi, Kit. I'm so sorry. I was having technical problems, so I'm happy you're back. We're starting on our backs today, so come onto your back and Shavasana when you're ready. And let's just open and close the hands a couple of times. So open and then squeeze back and forth, opening and closing the hands. And then we'll do the same thing with the feet. So point and flex your feet. Maybe even do some circles with your ankles or your feet, I should say. And then we're going to reach the arms all the way over the head. So get really long through the fingers, point the toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And just do some gentle circles. So circling to the right a couple times. And then circling to the left. So my message this week is this concept that we have to embrace the unknown sometimes. So plant the feet down. So just like today, we had to change plans because we woke up and the universe had a plan for us, and it was not to be practicing outside. Press into the feet, lift the hips, so come into your bridge pose. Maybe interlace the hands, maybe squeeze your inner thighs towards an imaginary block just to begin to engage those inner thighs. And just breathe here, our opening bridge pose. I'm going to ask you as you move through your class today to embrace a mantra. And it's kind of an interesting one. As you inhale, you're going to say, I don't. And as you exhale, you're going to say, no, I don't know. And what that does is it frees us from expectation and judgment and this assumption that we're supposed to know what's next. Slowly lower all the way down. And then draw your knees back into your chest. And we're going to bring the right ankle to the left thigh and thread the hands around your left thigh and flex both feet and draw this whole setup in towards your chest. Breathing here, flexing the feet. And then we'll switch and do the opposite side. So left ankle to right thigh, thread the hands underneath or around, flex both feet, draw it in, breathe here. Good. And then we're gonna unwrap that, grab the outsides of the feet. So happy baby, just allow yourself to rock a little bit from side to side, massaging out the spine. And use this practice of I don't know, right? And we do it on the mat all the time because you don't know what I'm gonna offer today. Draw your knees in. You just surrender to what's coming next. And you accept where you are in your body, and you let go of the rest. So that's the same practice. Rock your way up to seated and then roll onto your hands and knees. That's the same practice that we can deploy off the mat. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, let's round. Feel free to move in a circle here. It doesn't have to be just arch and round. It can be any motion that you want. To check out what's going on because we don't know, right? We're getting acquainted with our bodies on the mat. So what inspired this message this week was on Sunday, I had the honor of teaching at Virtual Burning Man, because Burning Man is virtual this year, along with many, many other things, including this class. And what I was teaching in support of, so start to round back, let's come into a child's pose, but I want us to come really slowly into the child's pose. So round one vertebrae at a time until you find your way all the way back. Okay, so you can access the whole spine. And then once you're here, walk your arms over to the right and maybe press through the left arm a little more than the right, softening the head. So I was asked to teach at Virtual Burning Man through an art installation project called the Life Cube. And it was virtual as well, but it's usually live at Burning Man. Walk your arms all the way over. And the sort of history of Life Cube, why it was designed is the artist believes that if you can write down your dreams, like literally articulate them on paper, that they're more likely to come true. Bring your hands back. Come onto your hands and knees. We're going to keep the right knee down and keep the right hand down and straighten the left leg and ground through the left foot and float the left arm up. So it's that beginning version of side plank. If you want to slide your right foot behind you here, that works too. A little extra kickstand. And then we're going to press meaningfully into the left foot and bring the hands to the hips and come on up. So we're focusing on this right leg. Left hand floats down the left. Let's let the right arm come up and over. So nice side bend here. And then we'll windmill the hands all the way back down and come onto your hands and knees again. So second side. Straighten the right leg, maybe slide the left foot out if you want. Right arm reaches up, perhaps it floats over the ear. I can't remember if we did that on the first side. I think we did. Look up to the sky. And then we're gonna come high up. So really focusing, grounding through that left knee. Float the right hand down. Let the right arm come up and over. Let's side bend here. And then as you exhale, bring both hands and knees to the mat. Inhale, arch your spine. And exhale, we're gonna round. And this time we'll find downward dog. So press back into the feet. And just check out what's going on in the spine. We don't know, right? Inhale, I don't. Exhale, no. So what I realized when I started thinking about this idea of articulating your dreams, it's overwhelming, right? And we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we feel like we have to have it all figured out. But there's two elements to this that are really powerful, and they come from this mantra of I don't know, which is this freedom to receive. Right? We don't have these preordained expectations. We need to receive. And acceptance. Acceptance of where we are. So those are our principles today on the mat. Freedom and acceptance. Accept where we are in the body, and then find the freedom to receive what we need to. So start to walk the feet slowly towards your hands so we can find our way up to the top of the mat in a forward bend. And feel free to keep your knees nice and bent. Shake out your head. We're just softening here. We're exploring the spine. And then we're gonna roll slowly up. So keep a little bend in that knee, the knees, just to support the spine here. And bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes. So let's take a deep inhale through the nose. I don't. And exhale it out through the mouth. No. And again, inhale through the nose. I don't. And exhale it out through the mouth. No. And it's okay. Right? We don't know, and it's okay. Next time you inhale, bring the arms all the way around and up. And next time you exhale, it's forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here, so lengthen. Exhale, we're going to step to a high plank. So if you want to, you can always bring your knees to the mat. And you don't have to know. You can try one and then the other and then see. So just another breath here in this high plank before we lower all the way to the mat. So feel free to use your knees if you'd like, and come all the way down. As you inhale, we're gonna press into a little baby cobra. So shoulder blades draw towards each other, look forward. Exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down. And then inhale, press into the hands, come higher up, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, curl the toes under and find downward dog. Okay, 5 breaths here, pedaling things out, spreading through the fingers, shaking out the head. Okay, we don't know. We don't know what the body is going to feel like when we get on the mat. We just don't know. So embracing the I don't know. Accepting what is and finding freedom from that. On your next inhale, let's come high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Good. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here, so lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we're going to forward fold, bend the knees if you want, shake out the head. Inhale, bring the arms all the way around and up. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Good. Take an inhale and an exhale. And allow yourself to connect to this mantra or another one. It doesn't have to be, I don't know. But what is it that's going to keep you grounded in your acceptance today on your mat? Next inhale, we're going to sit into Utkatasana chair. So bend your knees, float your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, we're going to forward fold, let the head go. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees. Inhale, we're going to find a flat back, hands to the floor or to the shins. Exhale steps us to our plank. We'll hold our high plank as we inhale. I don't. Exhale, surrender down, no. Inhale, high cobra this time. If you want your knees lifted, feel free to do that. And then exhale brings you back downward dog. Good. We're going to plant the left foot now and step the right foot forward. So you're finding a warrior one. Rack the right hip forward, left hip forward, bend into the right knee, float the arms up. Softening through the shoulders, grounding into that back foot, bending into this front knee. And then as you exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. So front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Maybe you can find a deeper bend in this front knee. Arms reach forward and back. Next time you inhale, bring the right forearm to the right side. Let the left arm reach up. Soften the shoulder and look up to the sky. And that's your exhale. And then inhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades together. Look all the way up. And then as you exhale, we're going to forward fold. Let the head go. Let the arms come off the back. Bend into the knee. Shake out the head. Good. Set the hands down. So we're going to lift off the back heel. Drop your back knee and float the arms up. Come into your Anjaneyasana. Lift the chest. Draw your gaze up. Allow the left hip flexors and quadriceps to stretch a bit so you're looking up. And then set the hands down to the mat. Curl your back toes under. You decide from here if you want to move through a vinyasa and what that looks like, or we'll meet in downward dog, right? So we get to decide. We don't have to know, we can just try. There's no expectation, there's no judgment, there's just acceptance and freedom. As we get to the second side, plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. So we're going to find warrior one. Ground into your back heel and big toe. Wrap your right hip and lift the chest. And then as you exhale, once again, it's warrior two. Gaze over your front shoulder. And then left forearm's gonna come down, right arm reaches up and over. Side angle here, maybe a little deeper in that left knee. Inhale's gonna bring us up. Let's thread the hands, the opposite interlace of the hands, looking up to the sky, and then fold inside for humble warrior. Working through those shoulders, places that we store a lot of tightness and expectation and judgment, right? Shoulders, hips, spine. Bring your hands to the floor, one on either side of your front foot. Lift your back heel, drop the knee. Let's float into our Anjaneyasana here. Good. Getting a nice stretch through the psoas, through your quadriceps. And then as you exhale, set the hands down. We're going to meet again in that downward dog. So you decide if you want to flow through a vinyasa here and what that might be. And maybe we just try it. And maybe we decide it's not for us today. And that's okay. Right? We don't have to know. We can just see what's offered, give it a try, take what works, let go of what does not. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to come high on the toes. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we'll lengthen here. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Okay, so we're going to move through this a little faster. So bend into the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale moves us through our plank to chaturanga, so feel free to use your knees. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale brings us back downward dog. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Arms are reaching up. As you exhale, we're going to find warrior two. Inhale, right forearm comes down, left arm up. Exhale, float that left arm over the ear. Inhale is going to bring us back up. Interlace the hands, roll the shoulder blades together, reach back. Exhale, we're going to float inside the front leg for humble warrior. This time, set the hands on either side of the front foot, lift off your back heel, drop your back knee. But we're going to walk the right foot away a little more so both hands can be inside. Good. Finding a lizard pose. So if you feel like lowering onto your forearms, go ahead. But really, it's up to you. And you don't have to know. You can just try. That's what we do on the mat. We just accept and we find the freedom to try things. And sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. But in that same journey that we're exploring, what is our path? What is our purpose? We have to go through that similar process. Press up into the hands. Walk your right foot to the center of the mat, and we're going to lift the left arm up to the sky. So you decide here if you want to lift the back knee, totally up to you. Draw your gaze up to the sky. And then either way, whether your knee is lifted or not, we're going to play with the different versions of side plank. So if you want to do a full side plank, you'll stack. If you want to drop your left knee and do what we did at the beginning of class, all good. If you want to float the arm over the ear, play with that, or any other version of side plank that serves you. That top leg can lift if the knee is down, right? And you don't have to know, you can just try. And then we will meet in a downward dog. So whether you want your vinyasa or not, again, give it a try. Maybe repeat your mantra, I don't know. It's okay. You don't have to know. And we'll find ourselves in downward dog when you're ready. Okay, plant the right foot, step the left foot forward to warrior one as you inhale. Right, warrior two as you exhale, so front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Inhale, left forearm comes down and right arm reaches up. Exhale, float that right arm over the ear if that feels okay, and get nice and long from fingertips out through that back foot. As you inhale, come on up, interlace the hands, maybe the opposite threading, roll the shoulder blades together. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold, maybe inside the thigh. Good. This time as you bring the hands down, we'll lift off the back heel, we'll drop the back knee. We'll walk the left foot out towards the edge of the mat so we can be in a lizard pose. Maybe coming onto your forearms, maybe lifting the back knee if you are looking for that right now. You decide. Three more breaths here. And then drop the back knee, one hand on either side of the front foot again. So walk that foot more center. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. And then you decide from here, if you want to lift the back knee, go for it. Right? But always start with that mantra, I don't know, and it's okay. We'll just try. And then from here, it's whatever version of side plank serves you, right? Maybe the right knee is down and the left leg stays up. Or sorry, right knee down, left foot stays down, or you can lift the left leg up. Good job. Good. Good, Lucy. And we, again, will meet in downward dog. So you decide how you get there. All up to you. Nice, Kelly. Good downward dog. Shake out the head. And breathe. Good. Next inhale, we're going to come high on the toes when you're ready. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back. So lengthen here. And as you exhale, forward fold, let the head go. Good. As you inhale, we're going to come into our chair. So sit right into Utkatasana. And once again, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll lengthen. Exhale moves us through our vinyasa. So meet in downward dog. You decide what that is for you today. Use your breath. Use your mantra, surrender and accept. Let's plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. So warrior one, inhale. And then warrior two, exhale. Inhale, right forearm comes down, left arm up. Exhale, float that left arm over the ear. Inhale, we're going to come up, interlace the hands, roll the shoulder blades together, soften into the right knee. Exhale, let's fold into our humble warrior once again, shake out the head. So sometimes not knowing just gives us that freedom to accept, right? So you may not expect that I'm going to ask you to uninterlace your hands, set the right hand in front of the right foot, and lift the left leg into Ardha Chandrasana. So we'll just go with it, right? Breathing here. Reaching that left arm up to the sky. Maybe the left leg comes a little higher. Maybe you're imagining that you can open a door. You're trying to close the door with that lifted foot. Left hand comes down. We're going to find our standing split. Shake out the head and breathe. If you need to be in your bent right knee, that's okay. And then the lifted foot's gonna step back about 3 feet behind. You may wanna widen the stance. So you can let the left hip come forward and we're gonna fold over the right leg. So Parsvottanasana or triangle forward bend. If you need to bend the knee, feel free to do that. Right. Head hangs. Good. 2 more breaths here. And we're gonna meet in a downward dog. So once again, you decide what is of service for you today. Maybe you wanna go right to downward dog. Maybe you wanna move through a vinyasa. Up to you. Just letting the head go. Just letting that expectation that you have to know go. You don't have to know. When we surrender that need to know, we can receive the information from the universe. Let's plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. So warrior 1, inhale. Exhale is going to be warrior 2. Inhale, left forearm down, right arm up. Exhale, float that right arm over the ear. Inhale, come all the way up, interlace the hands, maybe that opposite threading of the hands. And then exhale, fold, let the head go, arms come off the back. And then release the hands, let the left fingertips come in front of the left foot, let the right leg lift, let the right arm reach up. Ardha Chandrasana. Now, once you're here, maybe the right leg wants to get higher, maybe the right fingertips want to reach up towards the sky a little more, that's okay. Just let it be. Accept what's available in your body today and then find some freedom from that. Freedom to let go of judgment. Right hand comes down. We'll be in our standing split. Just a couple breaths here. So if you need a bend in the knee, go for it. Right? If the hamstrings are super, super tight, then you might need to bend the knee. 2 more breaths here. And then step the right foot back about 3 feet. You might want to walk your left foot out towards that left edge of your mat a little bit. So you can wrap your right hip forward and then fold over the left leg. And breathe here. Three more breaths. My hamstrings are super tight today. I don't know why. I don't know. And we will meet in downward dog. So again, if you want to move through your vinyasa, feel free. Right, coming through your plank, chaturanga, knees, chest, and chin. Making your way back. Let's take 5 breaths in a downward dog. So that can always be child's pose, right? Or maybe it's 2 and 2 breaths. When we accept what our body has to offer, we have the freedom to change. We have the freedom to receive. We don't walk around with this heaviness of these incredible expectations that we hold ourselves to. Good. Next inhale, we'll come high on the toes when you're ready. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale brings us to a flat back here, so lengthen the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. We're gonna sit back in that chair again, so Utkatasana, chair. Nice. And once again, we'll forward fold. So let the head go, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. And then you decide from here how you get back to downward dog. Find your way through your individual journey here, and we'll meet in downward dog. Good. All right, again, we're gonna plant the left foot, step your right foot forward, warrior one, inhale. And then as you exhale again, warrior two. Okay, so right forearm's gonna come down, left arm's gonna reach up, but this time maybe we're gonna see if we have a bind available. So we've done a bit of mobilization in the shoulders here. Left arm wraps around, maybe it finds your right inner thigh, or if you wanna work into a full bind, feel free to do that, looking up to the sky. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot as you draw your gaze up. So we're starting with that more traditional bound Parsva or Parsva Konasana. But now I want you, if you're bound, to close it in like we were doing for humble. Even if you're not bound or you're half bound, you're gonna do the same thing. Round it down. And then, if you can, you're gonna lift off the back heel. So what we're finding is a bound lizard. If you're not digging that at all, no worries, hands come down, right? So we're either in bound lizard or we're in any other version of lizard that you'd like. Because I'm gonna ask all of us to drop the back knee, whether you're bound or not, flatten the back foot, and then unwrap your bind. Good, so this is gonna find us in a half Hanuman, straightening the right leg, folding over the right leg. More hamstrings. If you want to bend and straighten, that's fine too. There's always that opportunity to bend and straighten, just to thread out those hamstrings, softening the head. 3 more breaths here. Remember, bring yourself back to that mantra of acceptance and freedom. I don't know. And it's okay. Bend into your right knee, plant the right foot, lift the back knee. And we're gonna meet again in downward dog. So customize your own practice today. If you want to flow through a vinyasa, all good. If you don't, all good. Okay. I'm gonna move into the second side. So ground the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one, inhale. And then warrior two, exhale. Left forearm down, right arm up as you inhale. And then you get to decide from here what version of a bind works for you. So if you wanna wrap, hand can even just rest on your lower back. It can wrap around and grab the inner thigh. You can play with the left arm dropping underneath and meeting it. Either way, first part of this is really letting that right shoulder open towards the sky. Pressing into the outer edge of that back foot, gazing up. And then whatever version of the bind you're in, you're gonna start to roll it down towards the mat. Rolling it down towards the mat. And then you decide from here, if you're in a bind and you wanna stay there, try it. If you don't, release it out. But either way, we're gonna lift that back heel, wrap the right hip forward and find ourselves in a version of lizard again. Maybe it's a bound version, maybe it's not a bound version. Hands are down, right? Maybe you wanna drop the back knee, maybe you wanna come onto your forearms, whatever version of lizard is gonna work for you right now. And you don't have to know, you can try and see. That's what we do on the mat. We give ourselves full freedom to say, let me give it a try. Let me see. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it's going to feel good. And there's just this freedom. So that's what we're practicing today, so we can bring it with us off the mat. Press up into the hands. Walk your left foot to center a little bit. Flex the foot, fold over. We're in our half Hanuman second side. You want to bend and straighten, just shift things around a little bit. All good. Good. And then we're going to meet back once again in a downward dog. So you decide if you want a vinyasa here or not. No expectation or judgment. Just see what's going to serve you. Good. We'll meet in downward dog. And then as you inhale, come high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Find your flat back here, lengthen, and exhale, we'll forward fold. As you inhale, let's sit into Utkatasana. So find your chair, pressing back into the heels, arms reach up. Good. And maybe we're going to sit a little bit deeper here because I'm going to ask you to take the right ankle and bring it to the left knee in your Utkatasana. So hands are going to come to the heart. We're just going to sit a little deeper. Getting into the hip. This is like pigeon on steroids a little bit. And then from here, options. Actually, I should be facing this way. Okay. You're either going to hook your right big toe and bring the leg out, or you're going to bring your hand to the knee and bring your knee. So you decide. So leg out or knee out, grounding into the left leg, just like we did on that knee at the very beginning of class, working in that side plank. Look over that opposite shoulder. Okay, bring the gaze forward, bring the leg or knee forward, swing it back behind us. We're just transitioning through a warrior three. And we're gonna find our way into our standing split. Good. Breathe here, shake out the head. Let's cultivate a revolved half moon. So right hand stays down, left arm is gonna reach up to the sky. Right leg is gonna lift, squeeze that buttocks. And then left hand comes down. We're gonna step the right foot behind us. So we're back in that Parsvottanasana stance. However, we're gonna add the arms. So we're gonna come into revolved triangle. Right hand comes either to the inside of the foot or the outside of the foot. Do me a favor and just drop your right hip down. So roll it down. It's just safer for your lower back. And then if you feel comfortable from here, left arm reaches up to the sky. Equal weight in both feet. So if you feel wiggly, shift things around a little bit. You don't have to know. You don't have to get it perfect the first time. And then both hands come back. We're going to step the right foot up to meet the left. Let's forward bend here. Maybe hook your big toes if you want to. Let the head shake out. Just hang here. And breathe. Let's release the toes. We're going to come back into Utkatasana. We're going to do that same thing. Second side. So sit into your chair and then let the left ankle come to the right thigh and maybe sit a little deeper. Maybe the hands are gonna come to the heart. We're just getting into that inner musculature of the left hip now. That's where we store a lot of our doubt, a lot of our expectation and judgment, a lot of the things that block us from actually seeing the path, from receiving what we need to receive from the universe. So your choice here, you're hooking the left big toe or hand on the knee. Either way, come on up, straighten the right leg, and then let the left knee or leg come out to the side. Perhaps change your gaze over your right shoulder. We're gonna bring the legs forward, unhook the toes, shift your way through a warrior three, all the way down into a standing split. From here, we're coming into a revolved half moon. So left hand stays down this time, right arm reaches up. Look up, keep that left leg engaged, squeezing that buttocks. Reach that right arm all the way up to the sky. And then bring the right hand down. Let's set the lifted foot about 3 feet behind us again. So you're looking for that triangle shape in the leg. And we're gonna do revolve triangle. So left hand's on the inside or outside of the foot. Let your left hip drop down. See how it's slanted down? That's just a little safer for those SI joints. And then right arm reaches up to the sky. Both feet are grounded. And breathe here. Spread through the fingers. Two more breaths. And then bring the hands down. Let's step the left foot up to meet the right. We're going to come into a little bit a deeper forward fold. Maybe the hands slide all the way underneath the feet. Maybe you need to add a little bit of a knee bend here to keep the spine long. Just see where you are. Shake out the head. And breathe. And then release the hands from underneath the feet. Heel toe your feet together and sit right back into your Utkatasana. So inhale. Good. As you exhale, once again, we're going to bring the right ankle to the left thigh, hands to the heart. This time as we hinge, maybe the hands come down to the floor. Okay. Letting the head go. Bending deeper into that knee if you want. Good. Just accessing a little bit more of that hip. And then bring your hands back, come on up. And once again, you're gonna let the knee come with you. So it's the knee or it's the outside of the foot, you decide, but we're gonna find that standing twist, gazing over that back shoulder. And then bring your gaze forward and just step the foot down. Good job. All right, second side. Utkatasana, sit into it. Left ankle to right thigh, sit a little deeper. If it's an option for you this time to bring your hands down to the floor, go ahead. Just getting even more access to those deep lateral rotators of the hip. Your piriformis is stretching here. The more you flex this left foot, the more access you have to that deeper musculature. So breathe here. And then as you come on up, Once again, that knee is going to come up with us and we'll twist. So hand to the outside of the knee or outside of the foot. Gaze over your opposite shoulder, squeeze through the standing leg. Good, bring your gaze forward, soften and settle into the foot. From here, let's inhale the arms around and up. As you exhale, it's forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna lengthen. As you exhale, we're gonna step back to plank, but we're gonna drop onto the hands and knees. And then come up nice and high on the knees. So first, let's step the right foot out to the side, ground into that right leg, float the right arm down, left arm up and over. So just notice how far we've come. Through acceptance and freedom, we were here at the beginning, maybe there's more space now. Hands back to the hips and switch. So left leg out to the left, press into that outer edge of the left foot, left arm down, right arm up, look up. And then hands back. Both knees were high on the knees, so we're gonna do 2 camel poses. So with camel pose, think about the hips moving forward. The most back you want them to be is stacked over the knees, right? So ideally they're forward of the knees the whole time. Hands come to lower back, let the head drop. If you want to come further and try to grab your heels, see how I'm coming all the way back? You want to push forward again. So your hips are again stacked either on top of the knees or forward of the knees. Head hangs. Good. For camel pose. 2 more breaths in this first one. And then come on back up. All right, 1 more like that. So as you inhale, lift. Exhale, press the hips forward, let the head drop back. If you want to go deeper and grab your heels, you can always come up on the toes. Your feet can come up on their toes and then grab the heels. That's an option. And then come on up. We're going to come into a child's pose from here. So knees are nice and wide, big toes touch, hips back to the heels, arms reach forward, head comes down. And breathe. Inhale, I don't. Exhale, no. Inhale, I don't. Exhale, no. Inhale, I don't. Exhale, no. Breathing here. All right, let's come back up on the hands and knees and cross at the ankles and come forward to seated, please. And start to bring your legs out nice and wide. So first we're gonna float the right hand down inside the right leg. Let the left arm reach up and over. Here we go again, this nice side body stretch. And then come on up. And come over to the left arm down, right arm up and over. And then come on up and bend your knees and hook your big toes. All right, so here's the I don't know part of our practice today. We've had a bunch of it, but I just want you to surrender any expectations you have. So pop up onto your hips, your sitting bones, rather. Feet are together. So your options are to work towards straightening the legs, right? So this requires a bit of hip flexor strength and abdominals. Upavista-Konasana. All right, well, here comes the fun part. Just making sure I have enough space behind me. So make sure you're not going to kick anything. I thought this would work well when we were going to be outside at Lyndhurst because it's just the grass, but in your house, just be aware. As you inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, you're going to roll onto your back and bring your feet behind your head, right? I don't know. Sometimes we don't make it the first time. So here we are. Okay, but now the real fun part begins because we're going to come back up, right? And maybe you need to bend the knees to come back up. Good. Good, Kelly. Maybe you roll a couple times before you find your way all the way up. That's all good. And then once you're here, bring your feet together. Let's find Baddha Konasana, legs. So feet together, and we're going to start to roll all the way onto our back. Good. Bringing the head down. Allow the knees to draw together and set the feet down where you have hip distance between your thighs. And then we're going to inhale and lift the hips and walk the arms underneath you for a bridge pose. Or if there's any other final back bend you'd like, can explore that too. Lift the chest. And then let the shoulders roll out. Slowly lower the hips down. Bend your knees into your chest. Let's just do a couple of circles with the knees. And then allow the knees to float all the way over to the right. Arms in a T, head to the left. And then knees back to center, over to the other side. Change your gaze. And then bring your knees back to center and slowly lower your legs down to the floor. Bring your arms down by your side and close your eyes. Just soften into your Shavasana. We have this opportunity as we transition to understand that I don't know is okay. And not only is it okay, it gives us the opportunity to accept where we are and the freedom to receive the messages from the universe. What is our path? Why are we here? Give yourself a few moments in that space. Release the breath, but hold on to the message. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And reach your arms all the way over your head and stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly make your way onto your right side. Just take a moment. And then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. And close your eyes. I thank you for coming along on this journey with me today. This path that we didn't know, but we found freedom, we found acceptance. I hope to see you guys next week in person. That's the plan. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.